All right, good evening, old school Texas Tech. We're going to we have decided we're going to do three sets of predictions on Texas Tech. We did kind of a off the cuff, just preliminary projection for their season a few weeks ago. I think it was a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so
Was
I've done a little bit more research on their opponents, and obviously they started practice yesterday. We're gonna do it like a slightly more informed projection. I think we both have 9-3 last time, so I'll go ahead and let you start. They start the season at home against Abilene Christian on August 31st. So there we got a Tech football game this month.
nice. Can't wait.
What do you think on Abilene Christian?
I think it's gonna be we're gonna run them over. I think it's gonna be a pretty dominant win. It's gonna be probably one of those empty the entire roster type games because we're up so much.
Yeah, I hope that they can keep the playbook fairly simple because we have a tough second week opponent, and I hope that they give both the running backs a chance to carry the ball, and that we can get some of our younger receivers involved, and just yeah, let some of the younger players play, and hopefully get out of the game without any injuries. The only really interesting thing about the opening game, other than the fact that it's the opener, and that's always kind of exciting, is we have the return of the former defensive coordinator, who I thought did under the circumstances. That was obviously not a successful coaching staff, but I'll always remember how well the defense played against Leach in the Liberty Bowl in Memphis, and so I think Patterson did a good job in that game, and that I think that was a really big turning point for Tech, along with the Iowa State win that year where we hit the long field goal. I'm a little bit appreciative of him. All right, so you got the win there. Then we go on the road to Pullman, September 7th. There's a lot of chatter about this game. I've seen it a lot on all over the internet. A lot of people are talking about this game, the Mike Leach Bowl.
I think that's a win. It's not gonna be easy, but I think it is a win.
Okay. Then September 14th, we come home to Lubbock and play UNT. I actually was talking to my cousin the other day, and I did not realize. Do you know that we've played North Texas 8 times in program history? At least this is what he told me, and we are actually 4-4 against North Texas.
I would have
My
never guessed that.
yeah. So what do you think? September 14th.
I think that's a win. I mean, they'll be tricky. I know Eric Morris will have them ready to go, and they tend to run kind of a spread too. So they'll give our defense some fits, and they'll probably make it interesting at times. But I think we're just too good. I think we'll pull away in the second half. I really do, especially in Lubbock.
Okay. Then we've got Arizona State at home the next week on September 21st.
I'm taking that as a win as well. I
Okay.
believe we will be sitting at 4-0 through 4 games.
All right. Then we have the next week home again against Cincinnati.
That's a win. Unless they
Okay.
had some type of major roster overhaul. They just went 2-10, I think, or 3-9 a year ago. They did not have, and Luke Fickle was the guy that had that thing going, and he left. So I think they've got major problems. That should be an easy win for us.
Okay. Then we play at Arizona. We play at Arizona on October 5th.
That's the one that I think is going to be our first loss of the season.
Okay.
They've really, they've really gotten their act together in the last couple of years.
All right. Then we've got bye. We have a bye week, and then we go back to Lubbock and play Baylor.
That's a win.
Okay. Then we go on the road to Fort Worth and play TCU.
See, this is one that I've kind of struggled with. I think since it's going to be on the road against them, I see that as being a loss.
Okay. Then we have Yeah, then we go on the road again up to Ames and play Iowa State.
That's that's going to be a loss.
Okay. Then we play the next week at home. This game's also getting a fair amount of national attention, especially after Coach Sanders, Deion Sanders he had a lot of nice things to say about Joey McGuire, but at Big 12 Media Day, but he actually mentioned the game in Lubbock in his comments. I don't know if you heard that,
I did.
but
I
yeah,
did.
but we play November 9th against Colorado in Lubbock.
That's going to be one of those games that we will be victorious. They're coming to
Okay.
luck. Good luck. If we were going to Boulder, I might be a little bit concerned about that one, especially if it was earlier in the season. But I think we're going to beat them in Lubbock. I do.
Okay. Then we've got Oklahoma State on the road. We do have a bye week before we play Oklahoma State.
I'm going to flip it this time because I think before I believe we'll beat Oklahoma State. I do.
Okay. Okay. So you've got us at just two losses so far, right?
I think I have us at three because I
Three. Okay.
it's
Iowa State,
on the road.
TCU, and Arizona. Okay.
The road games are what concerns me about Texas Tech. That seems to be the MO. And if Joey McGuire is any indication though, I will say the second half of the year seems to be better than the first half of the year based on
That's
what
true.
2
That's
years.
true. That's true. All right. And then we have another game that is getting some attention November 30th at home. So it'll be senior day against West Virginia.
That's a win.
Okay, so you have us 9-3 again. All right. So I'll give you mine. I've just changed it a little bit. I've got us beating Abilene Christian on August 31st. I have us beating Washington State on the road. I think in previous years, this would have been a game that we probably would have lost early in the year. But I just think with Taj being able to rely on Taj Brooks and having a reliable running game on the road. Of course, it's people are thinking that our offensive line is going to be at least a little bit better than last year. So this prediction is based off of the offensive line being at least slightly above average, which I think is possible, is very possible. So I have us winning at Washington State, which will be a big deal for us because we have lost games like that the last couple of years. And they're pretty good. We also have, I think his last name's Kelly, the wide receiver that transferred over from Washington State, and he should do a good job for us. He was very productive for them. I think we're going to be able to run the ball against them. Then we've got then the North Texas game on September 14th. I think we'll win that game. I don't even think it will be that close. I think they've got a good coach, and I think they're on the right track. I just think we're going to be too good for them at home, especially. I think we will beat Arizona State at home, but they're a little bit of a mystery. I don't know a ton about them. I actually went to the Tech game years ago at with Mahomes, where it was like it's like 60 something to 50 something. We lost on the road in Tempe. That was actually a really fun game. But I think we'll beat them at home. I think we'll beat Cincinnati at home. I'm almost tempted to pick Tech to beat Arizona because they've got the new coach and everything. But I think that they're going to be a little bit too much for us on the road. So I have them losing to Arizona. If that game were in Lubbock, I actually think we would have a pretty good chance to win. We still could win it, but I have that as a loss. Then especially with the bye before Baylor, I'm not sold on Baylor this year. I like Dave Aranda, but I think probably I don't. I have my doubts that he's going to make it at Baylor. I think he's probably not going to make it. I think he probably the better move for that program last year would have been to let him go, and I think he would. I think he will at some point be a really really successful head coach. And I know he's had success at Baylor, but I think they're in trouble right now. I don't think they're going to beat us at home. I actually have us winning on the road at TCU. I think that's going to be a great game. I just think that that's going to be that's pretty. I think Oklahoma State and TCU are our big rivals now that with conference realignment. And I just think Tech's going to be really up for that game. There's going to be a lot of Tech fans at that game, and I think as long as Taj Brooks is healthy, I think we're going to be able to win that game. But it's going to be, I think that's going to be a great game. That's actually the game that I am most looking forward to this season. I hope it's a night game. I think it could be a really electric atmosphere too. Um, and this is one that I'm actually flipping. I think last time I picked Tech to beat Iowa State. I'm actually at this point I'm going to say Iowa State wins that game. I've been reading a little bit more about them, so I have them losing to Iowa State. I think we're actually going to lose to Colorado at home. I've studied their roster a little bit more. They have a lot of players coming in, and I think there's just a lot of mystery about them. But I just think we're going to have a hard time stopping Shador Sanders. I think we always seem to have a hard time with mobile quarterbacks, and if he's healthy in that game, I think that's going to be a tough one for us. I also have us losing to Oklahoma State, even though we do have the bye week. But I do think that could be a better game than people think, and I don't blame you for flipping that one because again, because of Taj Brooks, I just think that that's going to be a huge help for us on the road, being able to run the ball. I think we'll come back and beat West Virginia at home. So I think I have us this time I'm reserving the right to change my picks on the last set of predictions, but so for this time I'm going to go 8-4. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Anything you want to add?
No, I mean I'm just glad that we, like you said, this is the month we're playing a football game this month. That's exciting.
Yeah, it really is. I hope we can at least get 8 wins, so there's progress. I read I think we only have like 16 or 17 players from when Joey McGuire got there. So this is truly his team. So this is going to really be. I think we all have our suspicions that he's definitely the right guy for the job, but we're really going to see in year three.
I think so too. This schedule, I mean, initially doesn't look to be that hard,
No,
but
and I could see us easily flipping a couple games and getting to 10 wins. It wouldn't stun me at all. Wouldn't stun me at all. All
good
right,
stuff, man. Stuff.
all right.